Konami.
Hey, Keith.
Hey, Kyle.
Welcome to another edition of Retrospect, the ongoing stream series where we look at old games.
Definitely ongoing.
We've
never stopped doing these.
As long as we're making a new one, it's ongoing.
Got
This
it.
is Akumajo Dracula XX, also known as, in America, Castlevania Dracula X.
Why is there sometimes two X's and sometimes one? Was this game dirtier in Japan?
I think in
Game for dirty birds.
In Japan, Akumajo Dracula is it's just the name for Castlevania. I think Akumajo means like demon castle.
Okay.
And it's first of all, I love that the Japanese language has a word for demon castle.
It's pretty great.
So good.
We have two words for demon castle.
That's not enough. It's not enough.
You mean it's too many?
Yes. Whichever, depending on your perspective. Here we're learning about the story. Obviously, this man is very scared by this monster. And then there's like a lady and she's like, "No, my child!" And there's a vampire.
We're related because we both have same hair.
And then this guy, Richter, is like, "I must stop you."
Andy Richter?
He's like, "I must become a Castlevania."
Wait, so his solution was to become a demon castle?
He needs to become a Castlevania to stop Dracula. Like at the end of Sonic Unleashed, when you're basically a castle?
Yeah, but that's a different series, so I didn't think they would have that much crossover.
Anyways, Akumajo Dracula is the series in Japan. And
is this a silly game?
No,
it's a good game?
No, this is a good game. This is totally a good game.
Are you shitting?
I'm playing, so this did come out in America. I'm playing the Japanese import version because it's just, they didn't make as many for America. So like an American version is like $200, but a Japanese version is like $50.
Oh, okay. So this wasn't because you like to get Japanese import versions of things. This is because you're a cheapskate?
No, this is wholly a monetary move. Action.
You'll be glad to know that the screen share already froze.
Great.
Yep.
Perfect.
This guy with his whip and his blue shirt, how many other Castlevania games is he in? Because he seems familiar. Because of his blue shirt and his whip.
Technically, he's in two other ones.
Okay,
so
which ones are those?
There was Akumajo Dracula X came out on the PC Engine CD, whatever the fuck, basically the TurboGrafx CD.
Okay.
In Japan, and that was Akumajo Dracula X Rondo of Blood, which you might have heard me talk about because
and I made fun of it because of its stupid name. Mostly because the only thing I know about the Boston Celtics is there's someone on it whose name is Rondo.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I just think about how it's that guy of blood.
It's kind of known. It never came out in America, so it's both kind of lusted after because it's a Japan-only thing, but it's also known as being kind of like the best of the non-Metroidvania Castlevania games.
Okay, because Castlevania went through like a shift where they all became that other thing.
Yeah,
but they started off super linear.
Yeah, that was the sequel to Rondo of Blood. Was Symphony of the Night. I forget the Japanese title, but this was just
it was the same. It was the one time it was the same.
So this here is basically the Super Nintendo or Super Famicom version of Rondo of Blood, but it's kind of one of those like 16-bit era, ports in quotes, where it's not actually a port, it's just like a completely different game, but starring the same character and with like vaguely the same story and kind of the same levels, but not really at all.
Oh, so Rondo of Blood also had that really scared guy.
Yeah, exactly. So just for some reason, like that was Akumajo Dracula X in Japan, and when they put out the Super Famicom version, they put an extra X in there, and then for America they got even more insane, and they called it like Dracula X, even though Dracula was just part of the series title in Japan. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. I rarely know. I don't know anything about Castlevania. Jordan in the chat said this game looks like SNES Aladdin, which
I don't know about that. Maybe a
little bit. The character's definitely slower and jumpier.
Hang on, sorry. That was a fun thing that we'll be able to talk about in a minute when we're done talking about Castlevania.
Sure. What was I talking about? First of all, this will probably be funnier to you than to me. Sasquatch in the chat says Final Fantasy X spin-off Ronso of Blood.
Ronso?
Is that something you understand? Is Ronso not a character from Final Fantasy X?
I think they meant Rondo of Blood because that's like a race of people in Final Fantasy X.
Oh, so it must have just been a typo.
Yeah. Boom. Oh, look. This is important.
That was pretty cool.
That guy,
okay, what happened?
That guy
Did you
turned
just
into
get
red
killed?
blood. That guy turned into red blood. But
you missed the part where he got attacked by a giant panther.
Oh, well, that too. But see,
you just skipped that part.
That was how fucking legit the Japanese version is, because in the American version, since it was Nintendo and they were very squeamish about like blood and gore and stuff.
But this is Nintendo too. What is their dumb thing? What is their problem?
It was just Nintendo of America. I should specify.
Okay.
They changed it. They changed it so that instead of turning red with blood coming out, like the blood sprite is gray, so it just looks like he turns into mist or something.
Okay.
Which was weird.
That is weird. I said panther. This is a Cerberus.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's hard to tell. It's hard to see those extra heads.
So I was wrong about it being a cat, and I was wrong about how many heads it had.
Oh yeah, Cerberus is the dog.
Yeah.
Good call.
Thank you.
Whoa.
It is also a giant megacorp in the Mass Effect universe. So there you go. You got this motherfucker. You can get him.
Yeah. So I'm kind of here to rep for Dracula X here, because this.
Well, you're saying rep for it. You said that this was widely considered one of the two best non-Castlevania.
No, that's Rondo of Blood, which is like, it's a different game.
Okay.
It just kind of
you said it was the same game.
It's intended to be the same game, but it's not at all.
I like that moon though. That's a sweet moon.
It is a nice moon. You're right.
Yeah.
So this game kind of gets the shaft because it was so uncommon in America that pretty much no one played it. So everyone talks about Super Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo, which is kind of a poop from a butt by comparison.
Okay.
And then
you say they talk about it like they talk about it negatively?
No, they talk about it like it was. I mean, it was
pretty good.
It was the only other Super Nintendo Castlevania, so everyone really liked it.
Okay.
It's all right. I don't know. Well,
you're saying those people are stupid?
Yeah, I'm saying those people are dummies. Because like basically no one played this on Super Nintendo in America. But also when it comes to Rondo of Blood, everyone's like, oh, that's the dumb Super Nintendo version. Obviously you want like the real shit. So everyone like kind of ignores this one, but it's like totally really good. Like
well, have you played it before this?
Yeah, I have. Like on an emulator.
I mean, both. Okay, yeah, there you go. I forgot about those for a minute.
Yeah, I actually now that I'm so into
because I'm not a fucking pirate, Kyle.
Exactly. Now that I'm so into buying old cartridges and stuff, I routinely actually forget about the existence of emulators.
Yeah. Well, I don't buy old video games and also still forget.
Though for whatever reason, this game actually doesn't perform well on most emulators, which is probably another reason why it's so valuable.
What's the name of this game again? Castlevania Dracula X?
Just one X.
Just one X?
For the American title, yeah.
Right.
In Europe, it was called Castlevania Vampire's Kiss, which is a pretty good title.
That is a pretty good title. What was the first... Because Rondo of Blood came out before Symphony of the Night.
Yes. So
how come this does not follow the like type of music, time of day convention?
Well, that was the first one. Symphony of the Night. The first one. So of the night.
Rondo of Blood.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, Rondo of Blood. So that was the first one.
For the first one, they went Rondo.
Yeah.
The first one, and they go Rondo.
Dude, whatever. I think Rondo of Blood is totally a good title. I think that's super cool.
I think it's just a silly name. No one knows what a Rondo is, right?
Well, maybe that's why it's good. I don't know. No one knows what an aria is either.
Oh yeah, it's that girl from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, exactly.
Lumberjack Bonanza says, either an interesting fact or a hilarious joke, Castlevania Bloodlines is a really interesting educational game about genealogy.
No, speaking of Bloodlines, that's like the Genesis game. I was kind of thinking about this because I saw this video there's like this kind of dumb YouTube series called Console Wars about like these two...
Yes, it is kind of dumb.
Have you seen that?
Yes, it's dumb.
Yeah, it's totally dumb. It's like two friends that every episode compares like a Super Nintendo game to a comparable Genesis game of like either the same series or the same movie or whatever the fuck.
It is a cool concept, and they do a good job of pitting them against each other, but it also is dumb.
It's also pretty dumb, yeah.
Yeah.
And it just bothered me because the Castlevania one was Super Castlevania 4 on Super Nintendo versus Bloodlines on Genesis. And in a rare fit of me leaving a stupid comment on a internet video, I was like, Castlevania Dracula X is better than both of these dumb games. And one person was like, oh, it's just a poor man's Rondo of Blood. It's like, yeah, poor man's Rondo of Blood is still better than both of those games. And that's why I think this game doesn't get its just
poor
desserts.
man's Rondo of Blood.
Yeah.
Like, a poor man is still gonna buy a Castlevania game, just not Rondo. He's gonna splurge on Rondo.
Technically,
of Blood.
I'm pretty sure the American version of Dracula X costs more than a copy of Rondo of Blood, so it is literally not a poor man's Rondo of Blood.
Yeah, it's actually the rich man's Rondo of Blood.
So fuck.
Sasquatch asks, so are they shoving the spears through the floor, or is the castle built like that?
Fuck you. It's a demon castle. It doesn't follow Euclidean geometry.
Yep, totally. Yep. I think that's one thing that modern puzzle games has taught everybody, which was the word Euclidean.
I was debating about saying that. I was like,
yeah.
Thank you to Antichamber for teaching me about the term Euclidean geometry.
If Antichamber didn't come out, no one would ever reference Euclidean geometry, and if Breaking Bad didn't come out, people wouldn't say that something broke bad ever.
Oh no.
Jordan Mallory, we get jealous about your TurboGrafx find.
Oh, yeah. I recently found a TurboGrafx at a yard sale for $10, which I had a feeling was a good deal, but I didn't realize how good a deal it was because I went on Amazon and saw that TurboGrafx without any controllers or cables go for like $75. So I was like, oh, dip, I said.
Oh, dip.
I said, oh, dip.
What's your favorite dip?
I like a good guacamole. That's a good dip.
Guacamole.
Yeah.
I got a burrito last night. I was like, I got a burrito. And I first of all, the person that was at the register checking me out was the little brother of the spirit science guy that I talk about. Did not give me a discount.
Yes.
I have known him since he was a year old. So, and then he was like, this is my jam, which is it costs extra for guacamole. So if you get guacamole with chips as like its own thing, and don't put the guac on the burrito, you're actually saving a little bit of money.
That's so
saving a little. Yeah, it's very dumb.
So these are,
or it's like two at Chipotle. It's like almost $2 for guac on your burrito.
I got all flustered because I was about to say guacamole. Fucking,
okay.
God, these guacamole shysters is what I was gonna say. My goodness.
So anyway, that's what my jam is. It's like, hey, you want any chips or a drink or anything? I was like, yeah, I'll have chips and guacamole. It's like, we're out of guacamole. And now they're all dead. I killed them.
That story ended with they had no guacamole, so you killed them?
I mean, you don't let it leave this room.
Oh, okay. We won't tell anybody.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped. Well, because it's like half that's like a big deal. I mean, it's not a big deal that they were out of it. It's a big reason why I get burritos is because I like to have guacamole.
I feel you.
Yeah. And you're just kind of like a disappointed. I was kind of like, I'm disappointed now.
Oh, that's sad. I'll say the first 3 levels in this game, I mean, most Castlevania games have pretty good music, but the music in these first 3 levels are pretty exceptional.
they're an exception to the rule that Castlevania has good music?
Fuck you. Not quite as good as the music in Rondo of Blood, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah, this is like, these songs are like a poor man's Rondo of Blood's first 3 levels of music. I can't hear it, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, good.
Havoc Pioneer says, Keith, have you tried that weird spicy tofu thing they have at Chipotle? No, because they also have pork.
You should go onto YouTube and look up like the soundtrack for level 2 of the game.
I will.
Listen along with us. Listen along with us.
What was I going to talk about? Tofu? Have you ever had tofu?
No.
I had it once, but it was like just plain. It was just a tofu cube with no flavoring on it.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad.
Fuck. I'm getting murdered.
Oh, you'll be fine. You're going to die, but you'll be fine. I would say that if I had more control over, like, once I have an apartment and I buy my own food, I probably will end up eating a lot less meat. Oh, man.
Balls.
What is that dude? He looks crazy.
He's like a weird...
It's like an upright dog with no front legs.
Yeah, he's like a weird wrong skeleton.
Fill in the blank space says tofu is good. Prove it. How do I... Okay, someone that eats tofu, tell me what to make with tofu in it, and I'll make it, and I'll revise my position. But as far as I'm concerned, straight tofu is a garbage food.
Well, I mean, are you supposed to eat straight tofu?
I don't know. They were selling it.
Okay.
It was at a salad bar. There was just a big thing of tofu.
Gotcha.
I was like, I'll try a cube of tofu. And then it was not good.
All right.
It's like if you're on an island and you have you have literally nothing to eat. And then you're like, well, we don't have any food, but we have this.
God.
Spugino says stir fry is good with tofu. It takes the flavor of the stuff around it really well. Yeah, I totally believe that. I will have tofu stir fry. I'll do it. Phil in the Blank says, well, duh, don't eat straight tofu. So I guess I have my answer. Then why would they let me put it on my salad? Why would they do that to me?
Come on, fuck!
Oh, you totally fucked that up.
Guys, I donked it.
Yep.
Real talk.
I'm on the toilet says tofu is a flavor medium. It's like complaining you don't like the flavor of white bread. That would be insane because white bread tastes good. You would have an argument if white bread didn't taste good by itself, but like I'll have dry toast, sure. Unless you're saying that if I put tofu in a toaster.
Keith is a jerk who's too busy yelling about tofu. Could someone do him a favor and drop a link to a YouTube video of the level music from this level in the chat, please?
I'm on the toilet says bad analogy. Sorry, white rice. I also really like the taste of white rice.
White rice can go die. Oh, got no time for white rice.
Oh shit! All right, I'll look it up. My my old friend Ian Lucas, his father was wicked into like Japanese shit, like in a way that's creepy. And so he had this rice cooker and would buy these spices that go on kimchi sprinkles.
I did it, you guys.
You would go to this one like Asian market.
Kimchi sprinkles, like for ice cream?
No.
Oh, okay.
You put it on white rice, and it's fucking super good.
Ooh, cool.
Super good.
I think kimchi. No, never
I'll look
mind.
it up. Look up. I don't even know what kimchi is. I've looked for it because I didn't know what it was
kimchi is like
called,
weird. It's like shitty boiled vegetables or something. It's like might even be like fermented vegetables or something.
It is. Kimchi is a traditional fermented Korean side dish made of vegetables with a variety of seasons.
Okay.
It is often described as spicy or sour. In traditional preparation, kimchi is often allowed to ferment underground in jars for months at a time.
That was the other thing I was going to say was I think it's Korean. I backed off, and I shouldn't have because I was right.
You were right.
All right, hold on a second.
Anyway, so it's like dried kimchi, and it's super salty, and it kind of like almost has a sweet flavor to it, though. And then you sprinkle that on some rice, and it's dope.
I need to go to YouTube and say...
Apparently it's specifically cabbage a lot of the time. Kimchi is cabbage, it's pickled cabbage, it's pickled fermented cabbage, it's foul-smelling cabbage dish, it's straight rubbish.
It sounds pretty bad, I gotta be honest.
It tasted really good. I never had regular kimchi, but dried kimchi sprinkles on some white rice was great. So you should everyone should try that. It was really good.
This one, all right, here we go. Keith, I'm going to drop this in the chat. You got to go listen to it. It's good.
All right, I'll listen to it. Jeez. All right, fine.
This is the level that I'm on, so you can
it's good.
Like you're with me.
Okay, I can have it just underneath.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, can you just emulate the noise of your whip so that I know it's going? Ooh, look, the Oddishes.
Now I'm just adding sound effects that aren't there.
I feel like I'm really there.
Whoop. Now, okay, now I'm doing
I got
bad.
a picture. Jordan Mallory says the most Jordan Mallory thing of all time. Most members of Girls' Generation like kimchi, and while I find the idea of it off-putting, if they like it, there must be something to it.
I would have really liked it if he himself had prefaced it by saying it was the most Jordan Mallory thing of all time.
Ginny in the chat says, Keith, this is why people wanted you two to do ASMR videos.
What's that?
You don't know what that is?
No.
ASMR. So first of all, someone asked us to do one. Someone sent me a message asking us to do one. And second, it's basically
when we add the sound effects ourselves.
It's no. It's basically it's like a thing where people make certain noises and then people get like a weird feeling in their brain.
What?
Yeah, it's that's what it is. Like sounds of like crinkly paper or weird sound effects or like page flipping noises.
Oh, so they want us to just listen
like,
just listen to these things and then describe how we are feeling slash.
No. They want us to actually make the noises. Or one person did. It's not a widely. It's not everybody isn't saying they got to do this.
Okay. Well, anyways, if you saw in one of our Something Awful threads, because of that Power Rangers video that got banned in every country imaginable, past, present, and future.
Yeah. Because that's the one thing that we put out that's copyright questionable.
Yeah, I know.
Power. Someone out there super cares about Power Rangers music still.
Get the fuck over yourself, Saban.
Yeah. We're losing the only money we could get. But that's just the thing, they blocked it. They didn't just take over the monetization.
Yeah.
Which is super weird. Like, do they want people forgetting that Power Rangers ever happened? Those dinosaur heads are super cool. Mitch Never Dies says, Keith, explain it again, but this time be even more incomprehensible.
Yeah, seriously.
It's like there's some stuff happens and you feel away.
But someone linked to a video of another Let's Play where it was a Saints Row 2 Let's Play, and there was just one segment of the video that kept getting flagged because on the radio in the car they were driving was Working for the Weekend by Loverboy. And so in order to get around that, they muted the entire gameplay track of the having just left the voiceover, and then put like a weird 16-bit rendition of Working for the Weekend in, and then did all the sound effects by mouth. And it was really good because they were driving around with a rocket launcher and shooting rockets over and over again, so there was like a lot of good like mouth explosions and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
It was pretty good, and I was like, man, we should just do that for no reason. I feel like that would be fun.
Make a 16-bit version of a song?
Yeah, exactly. We should complete the Loverboy discography. Make 16-bit renditions of all those songs. God, why do I keep doing that?
You know who did that for, there was some, I can't remember the name of the person that did it, but someone did that for Miles Davis. For his album In Blue, someone made an album called In Bloop, which is...
Oh, man.
Which is that entire album, but as chiptune. It's really good.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that album, but like I support that just because of the great name.
Yep. Well, it's Miles Davis, so it's good.
Noted.
Yep.
No!
No! Oh, I wasn't looking. What happened? Did you fall into the thing?
Yeah. Man, this music is so dope!
Oh, someone said it's kind of blue, not in blue. Is that a different thing? What am I thinking of? So that means it's kind of bloop.
Oh, and so, Keith, the other place you recognize this character from is because he's in Rondo of Blood, and he's in this game, but then he's also in the intro sequence of Symphony of the Night. You play as this character, like, basically the beginning of Symphony of the Night.
Which I've played, so there I go.
Yeah.
There I am.
The first opening sequence of Symphony of the Night reenacts the final level of Rondo of Blood.
I really wish this guy's name was Ron. I'm watching this game as if this guy's name is Rondo, is how it's happening.
Perfect.
That's why he is Rondo of Blood.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's so funny.
Later, we should go be Metroid in Super Metroid.
Yeah, definitely.
We should go play as Space Bounty Hunter Metroid.
Oh, is that not right? Ooh, what are those clocks?
I was stopping time, Keith.
Why were you doing that?
Just for fun.
To what end?
No reason.
I'm on the trailer wants to know what your favorite sub-weapon is.
Good question.
What's your favorite hoagie weapon?
Good question. Ooh, a 1-up. What the Oh, I just slowed time. My favorite sub-weapon. You know, I'm not really in love with any of them that much. I definitely don't like the knife.
I like the one that throws a bunch of knives.
Yeah, that's a lot of Richter's sub-weapon abilities are kind of more beefed up over like other Castlevania titles. He also has an ability called Item Crash, where you spend extra ammo to do like a really crazy version of it. Like with the knives, he throws 3 knives at a time, but if I push the Y button, he'll like rapid fire throw like 50 knives.
Yeah, that's the one that was super cool.
Yeah.
You did that to those bats, and then you died.
I think the holy water is cool, just because it's cool that you like throw holy water on the ground and it becomes like holy fire. That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, you're in a demon castle.
And the cross is pretty cool. So it's like
those fly. The cross is probably the best. The boomerang.
Oh, jeez. Here we go. No. Oh, I see. Very clever. Oh no. Okay. it just was an extra screen. Oh, I fall to a different level. That's interesting. I mean, I'm sad about it because I had that sweet axe and I was gonna kill that stack of.
You know what?
dragon heads.
That is This game doesn't seem as linear as I was led to believe.
Maybe there's. Well, I mean, there have been like other Castlevania games with branching paths.
Ooh, look at that mud man.
Keith, they're mud vampires.
Spivlin says, what do you guys think of Nintendo trying to do memes on Twitter and making a complete ass of themselves?
Really? What?
What? I don't even know anything about that.
Are you just saying that they're making
Twitter.
asses of themselves for doing memes, or because I don't know if I'll necessarily agree with that?
What? Like, if you wouldn't agree that it would be dumb if Nintendo of America's Twitter started tweeting a bunch of Nintendo-themed Doge memes?
No, that'd be great. And it's Doge, for the love of God, people.
Listen, you say that, and I believe you, but no one else I've ever heard say it has said it like that. So I just think you're wrong now.
Everyone's wrong but me. Does that sound familiar, Keith? Everyone's wrong but me.
Yeah, that's the thing I say sometimes. Not seeing any memes. Oh, gross.
What?
Someone tweeted a nightmare CG rendering of a realistic Mario from 2030. So it's just him as like a super big-eyed old man.
Oh, I think I've seen that. So Nintendo's Twitter account is also like retweeting old shit from a million years ago. That's what you're telling me. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. Well, what's the name of the old Donkey Kong guy?
Cranky Kong.
Cranky Kong.
Grandpa Kong.
Picture Grandpa Kong. They did one.
No, fuck.
Cranky Kong. And on the top part it says memes, and on the bottom part it says never heard of them. So that was the thing they did.
Come on, guys. Cranky Kong is old and cranky. Guys, he's Cranky Kong.
You should look at Nintendo America's Twitter. They probably have more of this stuff. I don't think Nintendo of Japan cares about this or anything.
You're looking at Nintendo of Japan?
Oh, it was just Nintendo. I just searched Nintendo in the thing and then didn't be any more specific.
No.
No! Oh, shit. Fucking bullshit.
Fuck you.
Are the hearts still magic instead of health?
Yeah, forever and always, bro. Yeah, Spillman posted another one where it's Mario dressed up as a cat, and it says almost at the flagpole gets distracted by a laser pointer. That's pretty dumb. These are all things that would have been better if they didn't do it. Okay. Whoa, look at this guy.
Whoa. Come on, let me... When you get a second, look at that link that I gave you. It's the picture of
I killed that dude.
Gross old Mario that's super gross. Oh no, that's not the right thing. Don't even look. Don't even
put it in the chat. Put it in the chat because that's in front of me.
Okay, I put it in there. I'll put it in there again.
I see it. Yeah. I've seen this like a million years ago, and it's terrifying. You're right.
It's absolutely terrifying. Get the fuck out of here with those big, disgusting dead eyes.
Item crash!
By the way,
I didn't have enough for an item crash and I died.
Ah, that sucks. By the way, they said this is Mario in 2030. He was like a fucking middle-aged man in the 80s. Yeah. So I don't know how old they think he is.
I'm a game over.
Are we gonna move on to a new game, or are you gonna try again?
I'll give it another go.
Okay.
And then maybe we can move on. I'm on the last level of Super Mario Land 2. That's a thing.
Sure, yeah. Why?
Why am I?
Yeah.
I just felt like
you could have been playing Super Mario Land 1.
I know, but I had beaten every Super Mario game up until that point, so I wanted to beat that one.
You should go back. You should give that another shot, Super Mario Land. It'll take you 20 minutes. I really like that.
I've given it several shots.
The last shot that you gave it was when we were recording, and your whole bit was making me admit that it was bad.
It's not bad. It's just not as good as other Mario games.
Or it's the best Mario game.
Keith, I'm never going to think that.
It's not the best. It's not the
I will literally never think that. So
it's better than a lot of stuff we've played, though. Cuby Bryant says, are you guys doing a one-off video of Samari? And then, well, we should. And what is Samari?
Samari is like a weird, Chinese / Taiwanese / whatever bootleg where you play as like Mario but Sonic or something like that. It's like Mario in Sonic 1 or something like that, kind of. I forget the specifics, but yeah,
it's weird.
It's super weird and terrible and great.
So are we gonna do that?
Yeah, sure. I don't know. Fuck it.
Why not? Yeah.
That'll be like years from now when we do our like, here's a bunch of old shit. Here's a bunch of weird shit, like how we did.
Yeah,
like, we did like the
Tails Adventure.
We did like the ROM hack episode at like the very end.
Yeah, I remember that. We can do that. Why not?
Maybe we'll do it like right before N64, because it'll be like, say goodbye to 2D games.
Sega bye to 2D games? What are you talking about?
Fuck you.
What's our next Mario game that we gotta play?
Full one?
Yeah.
Yoshi's Island. Well, Lost Levels we have to do again because we lost it.
Mm-hmm. Is there not a different program that you can be using besides that program?
Well, we fixed the issue.
Oh yeah, because you had to reinstall.
Right.
Yeah. Now I remember.
So I mean, it is all my fault. Like I'm not.
Yeah. It's still your fault, but it's not your fault because you're stupid. It's your fault because
the program is stupid.
The program is stupid. The program has the worst default settings of all time.
Yeah, so like we want to default to like let people, just accidentally overwrite like all their files, right? Like our program will be better if it ends with a lot of people accidentally overwriting their files.
Well, to be fair, you might be the only person who's ever done that.
Why?
I don't know. Who's recording a file and then immediately recording new files?
Lots of people?
Yeah, you're probably right.
What? Ugh.
How much progress have you made in this game?
In this game?
In this game.
Like, this is as far as I've ever been.
No, I mean, like, when you got a game over, did it set you back all the way to the beginning?
The beginning of the level.
Okay. I wasn't sure how far back. What year is this from?
This is a 1995 banger, so it was pretty close to the end. Whereas,
doesn't look great for 95, or am I just stupid?
Maybe a little bit of both. Maybe it's not the best looking game ever, but also you're kind of stupid.
I don't know about that second part. I feel like you're agreeing with me and calling me stupid. That sounds unfair. You gotta get those magician skeletons.
I mean, it's not, maybe not the greatest looking game on the Super Nintendo or whatever, but it's still, I think it looks pretty great.
It looks fine. It just doesn't look like 1995.
Oh, what does everything from fucking 1995 have to look like? Donkey Kong Country? Fuck that garbage.
I didn't say anything about Donkey Kong Country. I don't give a shit about Donkey Kong Country. But I'm just saying, like, if this game looked like Donkey Kong Country, maybe...
That's what came out in 1995 at the end of the Super Nintendo when people were trying to make shit look good. This will look amazing. We'll pre-render everything, and it'll look like a fart. That's exactly what they said.
It'll look like No, come on, let me do it. It'll look like a really good fart. You ever rip one and then say that should be a game? Is that all I've needed to do to make you laugh was make dumb fart jokes? This is the dragon I've been chasing?
Look, Amplix comes in and says, why are you playing this piece of shit game instead of Rondo of Blood, the best Castlevania? This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. You gotta teach this guy what's up.
This game's not a piece of shit. It's just not quite as good as Rondo of Blood. There's nothing wrong with that. Lots of games aren't as good as Rondo of Blood.
But how much worse is this than Rondo of Blood?
Not that much worse.
Like a little bit? Like so little that it's not even, you shouldn't even be talking about it?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have it on Wii. I can play it right now.
Rondo of Blood?
Yeah.
No.
Back-to-back comparison, you sure you don't want it?
Yeah.